and welcome to the interpretation of Lord of Flies by William Golding. It's a modern classic, and in this video, we'll discuss a few main key concepts in this book, and we'll explore all the themes, the characters, and the incidents that happen in the book. For the first part of the video, I am doing an introduction which includes three subheadings. The summary, then we're going to talk about the characters, and then we're going to talk about a very important thing, that why this book was banned. So let's get going. So, in the start of the story, a group of boys, so their plane crashes on a deserted island, and initially they all attempt to form a democratic sort of what you could say ideals. They maintain them. So, Rolf is this one kid. And he's selected as their leader, and he advocates for building shelters and maintaining a signal which is fire for the rescue. And then there's another kid, Jack. Now Jack is more barbaric in nature. He is obsessed with hunting and killing of pigs. He has his own tribe, kind of, you can call it a tribe. He has his own group of boys who listen to him, who follow him. So they form a group of hunters, and then the Jack's influence increases eventually, and all the boys outside of his circle also get attached to him, and not very attached, as in suppressed in his leadership. And the boys' society begin to fracture and descend into slavery. And then there's another fear of a beast. So the little kids who are who are called little ones in the books, and they're like below the age of 8. They say they have seen a beast. So there's horrific cry of beasts among the children, and they're scared of the beast. So furthermore, then there was this one boy, Simon, and Simon realizes that the beast is not actually a beast. It's the dead body of a parachutist who's on the mountain, and everybody is thinking and being terrified of him as being a beast, but that's not actually a beast. So Simon came down to tell the people that there's no beast and such thing, but things take a bit of turn, and Jack and his people, who are Jack and his hunters, they kind of murder Simon. Oh, okay, I know this is kind of funny for me saying that it's kind of murder Simon. So they murdered Simon, saying that Simon is the beast. The beast has embodied Simon, and he beast is gonna kill them or something like that. Afterwards, Ralph and Piggy become allies, and increasing by increasingly, and Jack's attacks increase, and then Piggy is killed. Rolf is left at the as the last symbol of civilization on the island, and at the end of the story, Rolf is rescued. Rolf and the other kids are rescued by a naval officer. So now I'm gonna discuss the characters briefly. Now, Rolf symbolizes order, civilization, and leadership. He is elected as a leader of boys early on and represents democratic values and rational thoughts. His focus on building shelters and maintaining a signal fire underscores his commitment to rescue and return to societal norms. So, Rolf is often seen as a metaphor for structured, orderly side of human nature and impulse toward civilization. Then there's the next character who's the antagonist, and that's Jack Merridew. Jack embodies the primal instincts and savagery, that lie beneath the surface of civilized behavior. His descent into barbarism and obsession with hunting illustrate the loss of moral restraint and dominance of primal urges. Jack represents the anarchic and destructive side of human nature that emerges when societal norms break down. His right to power symbolizes the with which the civilization crumbles into chaos. Then the next most important character is Piggy. Piggy symbolizes intellect, reason, and scientific thought. His glasses represent knowledge and insight, and his physical weakness contrast with his intellectual strength. Piggy's ideas about building shelters and keeping the fire burning are practical and rooted in logic. Piggy represents the voice of reason and rational aspects of human nature. His tragic end signifies the downfall of intellectualism and rationality in the face of chaos and savagery. Then there is Simon. Simon is a symbol of innate human goodness and spirituality. He possesses a deep intuitive understanding of the true nature of the beast on the island and represents a Christ like figure, often seen as martyr. Simon insights into the true nature of beasts reflects a deeper understanding of human nature, and his death symbolizes the destruction of innocence and moral clarity. Up next is Roger. Now, Roger is another complex character, and I'm not a big fan of Roger because, well, let me introduce you. Roger represents the darkest aspects of human nature, including cruelty and sadism. He becomes increasingly violent and enjoys exerting power over others, importing the potential for extreme malevolence in the absence of social constraint. Roger is a metaphor for the inherent capacity for brutality and cruelty within humans, which can surface when social controls are removed. Up next, there are the twins, Sam and Eric. So, they represent the loss of individual identity in the face of collective pressure. They start as individuals but eventually become indistinguishable from each other, reflecting the loss of personal autonomy and the impact of mob mentality. They symbolize the idea of individuals being absorbed into the layer and group and losing their individuality under the influence of collective fear and chaos. So that's like representation of the characters. So now I'm just gonna focus on why was this a banned book. It was a banned book because it has faced many it has faced many challenges and various places due to the portrayal of violence, savagery, and breakdown of social norm. The book's raw deprivation of human nature and its critique of civilization can be unsettling, especially for younger readers. Critics have argued that the novel themes are too dark and explicit for certain audiences. That's why the book is not taught in any of the schools. It's basically banned from school premises. Well, maybe at the time it was. I'm not certainly sure if it is still bound today. So this was all in this video, and up in next video we will discuss a few other aspects of the novel, which I'm gonna list in the next video.